Mic on.
First Monday of the month of September, and we are for the Architectural Review Commission, first meeting of the month. So having said that, can everyone rise for the Pledge of Allegiance?
I pledge
I pledge allegiance to the
flag
flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
So at this time, public comment, the public is welcome at this time to address the Architectural Review Commission on any item with the exception of items scheduled for this public hearing.
Commissioner
There's an-
Vitari, sorry to interrupt you. We do roll call first.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm
Okay.
sorry. Yeah.
Commissioner Weir,
Here.
Commissioner Brandis,
Here.
and Vice Chair Patari. All
Here.
right, thank you.
Sorry about that. So at this stage, we're going to address, welcome the public to make any comments. They can make any comments except for the items that are scheduled on this, for this public hearing. There's an opportunity for the public to comment on other agenda items at the time they are discussed. Comments are limited to 3 minutes per speaker. Any comments from the public?
Yeah, we did not receive cards.
Okay. So the next item we have is approving the minutes of the last meeting. So do I make a motion to approve the last ones? Yep.
That's an option to make a motion, but I know that I believe you were the only one here. So the commission could also decide to continue it if you felt necessary. I'll leave that up to
So I
you.
can make the motion to approve the minutes if that works.
Well, since you were the only one here, we were going to abstain.
Oh, okay.
We need two, so maybe continue. Makes
Okay.
sense.
Okay, I'll make note of that to put it on our next agenda.
So item 6, public hearings. We have one project today on the agenda. ENT 2025-0003, Gonzalez new single-family home on Slater Avenue.
Thank you. I will be presenting this project. In 1 moment. There you go. Okay. So as mentioned, this is a new single-family home proposed at 0 Slater Avenue, ENT 2025-0003. This project is proposed to be built on an existing vacant site, which is 22,085 square feet. The applicants propose to construct a new single-story home, which would consist of 2,774 square feet of living area, a 537 square foot attached garage, and 560 square feet of new porch area, as well as some existing landscaping, which is mostly a mature tree canopy around the edge of the property, and a lot of new landscaping, excuse me. Here is the project location at 0 Slater Ave. It's at the end of Slater Avenue, and it abuts Taylor Boulevard. The lot is located in the R20 district, and all surrounding parcels are in single-family residential districts as well. Here's a closer shot, the aerial view of the lot, 0 Slater Ave. You can see that most of the lot is cleared of vegetation, and there's just a tree canopy that surrounds the perimeter. I also would like to mention that on the north side, which is the top side of this picture, is where Slater Avenue ends, and there is a vehicular easement across the top that will be paved. So you can see in the top left corner where the paving ends of that private road. Here is the end of Slater Avenue, which is a street view of a portion of the vacant lot towards the end there. No, it doesn't. Here you go. This is where the proposed site is in the back. This is the next door property at 741 Slater Ave. It's the property nearby it's the only property that abuts it directly that has a single family home on it, I should say. Here's another adjacent property at 64 Dobbs Drive. It's a similar architectural style, similar size and color. Here's 58 Dobbs Drive, which is also nearby and has a similar size and color as well. Here is the proposed site plan. On the site plan, north is facing to the right of this image. You can see where Slater Ave ends and that vehicular easement begins on that right side. The applicant's site plan meets all city development regulations. Here's the proposed landscaping plan. The empty lot is clear of vegetation for the most part in the middle, except for that perimeter of mature trees around the edge. A lot of them focused in this area. There's some native trees there. Several new shrubs are proposed, as well as new ground cover to complement those existing mature trees. And no trees are proposed for removal. Here is the proposed floor plan. You can see that the entrance is situated to the right side. North is to the right as well again. So the home, Slater Ave, would be on this side. This is the rear of the home going that way. So the entry is up here, which is situated to the right of that front elevation. And a two-car garage is proposed attached on the front left side. Here are the proposed front and rear elevations. You can see the modern farmhouse elements such as vertical board and batten siding, a light siding color that contrasts with the dark colors of the doors and the windows, the window trim, as well as it contrasts as well with the stained wood elements of the columns and the truss, which you can't see in this image, but I will return back to it's a little bit far. Here's that front elevation again in color. Thank you for letting me jump back there. So that's the front and the rear with varying roof pitches and setbacks. Here's the left and the right side elevations. The house is elongated in this direction. So these are the longer sides due to that triangular shape of the lot. The proposed heights are compliant with city development regulations as well. Here are the proposed colors and materials, which you can also find on the poster board that's over there near you. You will see the charcoal black color of the shingles, some James Hardie vertical siding, which will be in white color, window frames, and that golden oak stain for the column and truss. One thing I wanted to mention is that the proposed light fixtures on the lower left side here do not currently comply with the citywide design guidelines. So staff is requesting that the ARC discuss whether you would like them to be replaced with dark sky friendly lights fixtures that would point the light downwards. So just something to discuss. The home complies with all other objective design standards. And so the home also complies with several design guidelines listed here. Some of them were mentioned during the presentation. And the recommendation is that staff recommends that the commission accept the exemption from CEQA and approve the project, subject to the attached conditions of approval with any modifications that may be directed by the ARC. Thank you.
Couple of comments. Would you have any comments?
Well, I do have a couple questions. What is across the street? I know that there's a residence next door. What's across on the front facing side? And do you have a good photo that shows what?
Let me see if it shows in the aerial picture, but it is the rear side of an apartment complex.
Gotcha.
So it's not the front side of anything. It's this apartment complex right here that is on the back side of Donegal Court, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. So yeah, it's the rear side of that. And then on this side, it abuts Taylor. And then there's that tiny little point right there, which I believe are the backs of these homes on Dobbs.
And as far as you know, this might be an applicant question, but are there trees in between the apartment complex? I'm thinking more for the lighting exemption.
I would like to ask the applicant that, yes, but I do believe there are a few trees in that area just based on aerial imagery and the street. Oh yeah, let's skip to, well, here's a closer image.
There we go.
So actually you can see that there is vegetation there, trees. And then here, they would be on the left side.
Got it. Okay,
Yeah,
thank you.
of course.
Any questions, Janet?
Could you clarify, please, on the light fixtures, what is it that is not in compliance?
Certainly. So our objective design or citywide design guidelines state that lights should have darker sides so that the light points downwards. So they're more dark sky friendly for the neighbors. Sometimes we bring it to ARC just to discuss, to see how you guys feel about it.
So I had a couple of questions for the planning staff. One was the Slater Avenue. So does the city jurisdiction stop right at the boundary and then it's the owner who does the development of that street beyond, since it's a public easement?
That is a good question. I would need to double check whether Slater is entirely private. I think it does end and it's just driveway after that.
Oh, okay. And the second question was I was a little concerned about the roofs, just the amount of twists and turns that the roof was doing. And it seemed to follow every twist and turn in the wall. And I could see there were like turns happening every 10 or 12 inches of the roof. I'm not even sure whether from a constructability standpoint it works, but from a visual standpoint, it seems to be in variance with a lot of the houses adjacent to it. And most of the houses adjacent to it, I think seems like there's one nice big roof and then there are other gable roofs or pitch roofs that die into it. But I think this seems to be that the roof doesn't seem to have been developed well. It just seems to follow the wall lines below. And that was just a concern I had. It just seemed a little too fragmented from us because you have Taylor and Slater both. The roof will be visible from both those streets. And that was my concern. Was it a item of discussion with the planning group? Or?
It wasn't something that was brought up. I think staff was feeling that, the variable setbacks and pitches were, in compliance, but
Mhm.
open to discussion.
Okay. So this time would the applicant or the architect like to make a statement?
Good afternoon. My name is Miguel Gonzalez and my wife and I are. It's on. Can you hear me? All right. We're hopefully going to be able to build this. In regards to the roof, we did that because of the pie-shaped lot and we had to maintain our setbacks working as we worked back. So that's why there's so many pitches on that roof. We would like to go straight back, but with the constraints of the setbacks, we just weren't able to. And then the lights also. This sits above Taylor and it sits above the apartments, plus there's quite a bit of space. So, if you're worried about the neighbors being affected by the light going straight. But if it's something we need to change, then we just get something downward facing.
Was it when you were having your discussions with your architect, did he propose any options to simplify the roofs or?
There was a few layouts that we looked at, but again, with the constraints of the setbacks, I believe it was 20 and 15, we had to maintain throughout. It's just, we were limited with our options on that. Also with the majority of the lot being taken up with the easement and the fire department turnaround, we had to put our house in the narrowest part of the lot.
I'm just worried about from the constructability standpoint too. I mean, with every 10 inches, your roof changing shapes, it's going to be quite a challenge to even build this. Okay, I think that's all the question. And the truss, the main truss, not the truss, but the feature that you have at the main entrance at the porch, it looks fine in the elevations, but in your renderings, it seems to be much bulkier than what it actually is. So that kind of threw me off a little bit from the renderings. Yeah, it seems a lot more bulkier here than in the elevations. And I'm fine with the elevations, but if this could reflect that proportions, I think it would be much better. Okay, that's all the questions I have for the applicant.
And I don't have any more.
That's it.
Thank you.
So just internally, we can discuss and
Yes.
any concerns you think or any,
We also need to just see if there's general public comment as well.
you're fine with.
I am, yes.
Sorry, we need to also see if there's any public comment.
Oh, okay. Yeah, this time, any public comments?
Okay, thanks. No. Wait, no.
Here's another rendering. Closer up. I think your call outs with the roof, I noticed it too. I don't have any concerns though. Just, material labor installation might be a little more challenging, but I'm okay. I think they're in compliance with the pitch.
Yeah, I was just worried about the fragmentation. It just seems too fragmented.
It's
Walking
very-
past the house. We don't see a bold roof with some, just too fragmented for me. But overall, I'm fine with the finishes being proposed, so.
And for the lighting, the exemption, we approved a house about a couple months ago with the same sort of situation. I have no issues with approving this as well, especially given the location and the orientation and the setbacks. You guys are on board with that?
So is that, is the lighting being proposed just for the porch area, this lighting in question? Okay.
Does that street have street lights? That's the other thing. Does Slater have street lights? If it's like my street too. So another reason for a little bit more brighter light. Okay. That's like mine.
So how do you want to proceed?
I mean, everything's in compliance, so if you guys ready to go to approval? And with
Ready.
what would you say about the recommendation on the roof?
Um,
Just to note it.
Yeah, just to note it, I'm not sure at this stage if, what's the next step? If we had to make a conditional approval with a simpler roof profile.
So you could make a couple options. You could add a condition of approval and craft it in a way, you know, I guess simpler roof, you know, something to where you could either have staff review and approve it during a building permit, or you can always continue it and have them come back if you wanted to review it before approving it. So you have both of those options.
Okay, so like we can do a conditional approval where the staff can review before the building. Because everything else seems to be in compliance. It was more of the fragmentation of the roof. So we can leave it to the staff.
And would the condition be, I guess maybe I'd want some clarity on what we'd be looking for from staff. So,
Just to reduce the breakdown of the roof. I mean, just too excessive breakdown of the roof. And I think there are simpler ways of doing it.
okay, so to simplify.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. And then that would be to be reviewed and approved by staff prior to building permit
Right,
approval.
building
Okay.
permit. Yeah.
Yeah, and I almost think one more comment, just if you do go back and look at a more simple roof, it might affect the pitches of the roof, which then might go out of compliance. My brain is trying to math. But
Yeah, I think, yeah, let's
have 'em
let's do that. So who wants to make a motion?
I will make a motion. I took notes. I motion to approve the design for
Or the number?
2025-0003 and approve the exception for the lighting, that it can be as provided. And with the condition that the staff review for a simplified roof before going to building permit.
Okay.
And I will second the motion.
All right, Commissioner Brandes? Just your vote on the motion.
I'm
Oh,
sorry, I
I
didn't.
said I just need your vote then on the,
I vote yes.
Commissioner Weir
Yes.
and Vice Chair Patari.
Yes.
All right, the motion carries.
So the next item on the agenda was staff communications.
I don't have anything specific except for to welcome our new Commissioner Brandes
Thank
to our
you.
first meeting. Yeah.
Happy to be here.
And upcoming projects and future meetings.
We will have a meeting on September 18th, which is our usual meeting time, but nothing else specific to report.
Okay. So the meeting is adjourned.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.